Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome if you're new here, and if you're a return subscriber, thank you so much for all your support. I'd just like to say thank you for your donations that you sent through super thanks and coffees. It really means a lot and motivates me to keep going. Now this is kind of following on from the last reading. I do seem to do this sometimes. Because just from what I picked up from the comments, it seems that reading resonated where I was talking about the dark forces and what they've been doing. And the tables have turned. You know what? The other day, I think it was 2 nights ago, in my dream, I was stood at a table and then some people turned it around. So the tables literally turned in my dream. Amazing, isn't it? So that was my sign that the tables have turned in terms of this spiritual battle. But I just wanted to go into a little bit more detail to sort of give some of you guidance and a bit more clarity. I mentioned in that reading, you know, that some of you might feel you've not fitted in for a long time. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. That means you're potentially a chosen one. You may feel it. You may have always felt there's something more you're meant to do. And I feel that you do have a purpose, and that's when we move into the new earth. And in that new earth, many people will not be here, by the way. There'll only be a small amount of us here. See, I say us because I count myself in to that group. But if you're a chosen one, you might have experienced lots of tough challenges in your life. There's a reason for that, and I just wanted to go into a bit more detail. Basically, the dark forces that I've mentioned a lot don't target the weak. They target the strong ones. So if that's happened to you, it's because you're strong. So see it as a positive. And it's because they want control and power, which has been their agenda for a long time, as I've mentioned in a lot of my readings. They might have done a lot of things to break your spirit and make you feel like you're nothing. But flip that, you are something, and that's what they know. They know that you are a chosen one. You may not know it yourself, is what Spirit's just saying. So yeah, they attack you for that reason. They also use dark entities to whisper doubts in your mind. So if you doubt yourself, what your purpose is, things that you're doing, that could be why. So I want to say mind over matter. Believe in yourself and your power. Because if you doubt yourself, the dark forces win. They may also have put obstacles on your path. This is about the challenges. Some of you might wonder why sometimes you go out, for example, and you just have loads of obstacles, things that happen during the week even. Now, do you know what? I'm not going to say too much about how I know this, to give the game away to the dark forces, but I've recently had confirmation in terms of why, like how they do it. They're pretty sad. I've just got to put that out there. Dark, very dark forces, and they're trying to bring us down. So there's something that they do. Let's just say they put it out there using their dark arts, and that then sort of surrounds you and your path, and these things may happen as a result. You may now hear Millie, my cat, purring. She's just jumped up on my lap like she does. She's been doing it a lot recently and getting involved, as a lot of you will know. She's got quite a loud purr and she often sits on my lap. And yes, cats are very intuitive. They're healers, by the way. If you have a cat, they calm you a lot. You may find that, especially when they purr, when you pet them. And they're intuitive, as we know from the way Millie has been involved in some of my readings. So yeah, as I said about the obstacles, that can be tests from the divine, by the way. But it can also be coming from those dark forces, and that's something I've had confirmation about. They may also use those closest to you as weapons against you. So again, when I was saying about these dark entities, it's like they sort of send them out to the people around you to make them do these things, to annoy you, to hurt you, that kind of thing. So their goal is to break you and distract you. Be mindful though of the people you spend time with, as you may absorb their energy, especially if you're an empath. Put up boundaries so that these energies, could be narcissists as well, so that they don't infect your spirit, because narcissists are good at that. So the dark forces really fear your awakening, because you might see Millie here, by the way, just popping up. She wants to show her face. Because that means they lose control over you if you awaken. And that's what I feel has been happening recently, by the way. I've had another sign through, again, that dream where the table turned. I was in a building. It was quite an old building. It was like a museum, and there were rooms that looked like they were from the 80s or even older. And I was going around this building with other people. I remember I had papers in my hand and I was going up some stairs. The stairs can be a sign of ascension. You might have had dreams where you're going upstairs. And I also believe that I was united in that dream with other chosen ones, basically. Have you had a similar dream recently where you're with a lot of light workers? I remember looking at one lady and she had this beautiful glow, golden glow around her. So we are raising the global consciousness, and that's why the dark forces now are bricking it, because they know. And so these obstacles may increase. You might find a few more things happen still, but I do believe the shift has now happened. I just wanted to say that if you have experienced losses and struggles throughout your life and you've just wondered why, it's all happened to make you the strong person you are, because you're still here. You know, you've stood up every time and kept going. So, you know, that's been a test as well, as I said, but tests from the universe in terms of how you deal with things. And if you're a light worker, your light exposes the dark in others. So these tests and the way you overcome them are proof of your power, and they're shaping you into a wonderful soul. So it's like training for when we move into the new earth, as I said, because those who arrive at the new earth are those who have gone through all these challenges for a reason and are very strong, able to share their light, very kind to each other, so there's no competition, no battles, no ego. All of that is going to go. I have noticed actually recently a couple of clips come up on social media of unrest, you know, people fighting, physically fighting. You see, it's gone too far. We cannot take those energies with us into this new world, let's say. So they will sadly, if they don't heal, they will sadly not be moving forward. That's what I feel anyway. This is my opinion, but this is what has come through channeled. So I really hope that helps. Let's just get a little bit more now with some tarot. I think Millie's just quite happy on my lap now, snuggled up. So she might not pick a card for us. Well, okay, that's already interesting in terms of what we're seeing. Notice these dark energies here. These are the dark forces coming through. Swords pointing down, they're negative. We can't see their faces. And there's someone there they're carrying who has passed. Now, I'm getting that as being the leader. That came out, I think, in my last reading. That person, entity and power has been removed. So that's coming through. And, I mean, this, I'm seeing that as like God here, commanding that this happens. Changes, a lot of changes with the Eight of Wands are happening behind the scenes. News as well, so we may get some sort of news about this. Could be someone we hear about who's passed away, and that could be our sign in terms of who that person is and what they've been doing, who responds to them. These, I'm seeing them like shields. I'm just being drawn to the symbols. It's like secret society. That's what's coming through. Symbols. So it could be the person right at the top of a certain secret society that comes out in a lot of my readings. I feel has been removed. That's really interesting. And then, well, okay, sorry everyone, my throat just blocked their throat chakra. Yeah, it's an energy that's been trying to silence us. What I was going to say is then it will trickle down. This is just the start. So those dark forces who remain are going to lose their power and control completely, I feel. So they're feeling it now. Justice, yeah. Karma for that energy and all of those who mean harm to others, because that's what some of them have been doing through dark arts, as I said. Justice, the law system, obviously. Something legal, but balance and fairness as well is happening. High Priestess, bottom of the deck. So that's you as a chosen one, trusting your intuition. You know deep within what's going on. Trust your intuition in terms of what you see as well in the news. Could be something around an arrest with justice, which I have been feeling. That could be linked to this news that's coming. So check out my reading about shocking news. It's coming soon, if you haven't seen it. Yeah, and this card is all about learning information. It's something's going to be exposed, about one individual in particular, I feel. Now this does also highlight or indicate a child. And notice how he's holding, I'm getting a very heavy energy now. Yeah, and the bottom of the deck as well. Six of Cups is his children. Something around children here. He's holding a coin, indicating like a business deal. And I'm also seeing that like a ring. It's interesting, there is a hole there in the middle of that coin. Wow. So that's what's been going on, obviously, behind the scenes. They have been stopped. This has been going on for a long time. It takes time. I just wanted to address people who I feel are getting impatient in the collective, saying, you know, why hasn't it happened yet? It's been a big operation, everyone. It doesn't just happen like that. You know, there's been a lot of energies involved in this. And then in terms of sharing it with the collective, you can't just tell them everything, because people would go into shock and all sorts of, you know, trauma. So, you know, we can't do that to people, obviously. Let's just clarify anything else. So we've got this card says sincere friend. Someone's been very sincere and loyal in terms of helping with this. Could be a female. And this card shows someone who has been removed. They've moved on. So that I feel they've actually deceased. We've got two energies in particular who are sort of behind this, behind the scenes, let's say. Someone here who's very protective, a male, older male. Could be someone in power who's made changes. They have like a consultant as well. It's interesting, I was saying about blocks before. This card says impediment. There you go. So this is what happens to some of you. This guy as well is also putting a chair here in between the couple. So it's said about those closest to you being like blocked from you, let's say. Doing things to you to block you. There's a reason for that. It's because they don't want us chosen ones to awaken, as I said before, share our light and help others to awaken. They want everyone to be asleep. They want control. Let's just get a card on where they're at now. Those energies, where are they at? Well, that's interesting. This card speaks of wounding. This is a very confused energy. See the third eye there? Wow. Okay, I was guided to this deck for a reason. Clearly, I'm not sure if you can see, there are three energies there. This is like spirit pouring water into their third eye. So they're now getting confused. Their powers are being taken away from them. Yeah, that's why I was feeling that certain energy that lives around me. And I feel they sense the tables have turned. This is it about my dream. I could just feel it, because obviously my gifts. So yeah, spirit is now like trying to cleanse their third eye. That helps them to see what's going on and use dark arts. Even this card, they've got a cloak, they're sort of putting it half over their head. They might have been wounded physically. But this is really interesting. I've never looked at this in this card before. So yeah, basically they're being stripped of their powers that they've been using, because I've been on the receiving end of that myself. And they're making a decision here, yeah, because with this one, as I was saying before, they could go either direction. They could either heal, allow this healing to happen, or continue to stay in that wounded energy. It's up to them. Wow, I just can't help looking at this card. Because you know something else. I'm just going to say it's 3. Some of them work in 3s. It's like a coven of 3. That has come out in one of my previous readings. Just something I felt as well. They have to work in 3 against 1. That's how little power they have. Let's just clarify. Yeah, so this got another 9, 2 9s for an ending. They're coming to the end of a chapter. We've got the Grim Reaper. So, you know, they will be met with this eventually, if they don't heal and choose to see the light. But this energy is also very anxious, fearful, up in their head, sleepless nights, and that's what they've been sending out to some of you, to make you doubt yourself, as I said before, and have these thoughts. It flies back at them, so don't worry about that. So that's their energy. They're trapped as well. Could be ill. That's also karma that's going back at them with justice there. So that's really interesting, everyone. You might have had some vivid prophetic dreams yourself. Let us know in the comments if you have. If anything, just keep your vibration high. Imagine a white light of protection all around you. Because also remember, you are in control of your mind, not those entities. So if anything creeps into your mind, overpower it, override it. If you start doubting yourself, make I am affirmations. I am worthy, I am powerful. And they can't touch you. So the power comes from you. You're very powerful, by the way, if you're a chosen one. I'm going to pull some final guidance for you all. I hope you found this reading helpful. Yeah, as I said about you being powerful, we get alchemy. This is a master manifester, but doing it from the heart. She's holding a crystal. You know, you have the power within to manifest and create what you desire. But with the fire there, getting rituals, those energies have been doing it for wrong reasons, you know. They have knowledge in terms of how to do this, and they've turned it around to try and take control of everyone. So Millie's just perked up, as you can see. I think she wants to pick a card for us. Come on. She was quite happy on my lap, and she's just got up and meowed. No. she's settled back down. Okay, but something sparked her interest there, it would seem. So we'll take that one. We got sexual arts. Now, a few things with that. As I said about protecting your energy, because this is something they can do as well. They can, infect your energy, try and sort of do this kind of thing, let's say, to you. Yeah, and with alchemy, that's coming through here. Also, the card is 33. Now, this is like a number of spiritual awakening. Someone who's reached the top of the ladder sees very clearly. There's a certain society that I link that number with, secret society. But if you reach that state of awakening, you will see it clearly. So you might want to use crystals, just being highlighted there. And as I said about protecting your aura, your energy, not allowing it, you can sort of command, I allow no one to enter my energy field and aura. No one and nothing. Be very firm in your mind. Or say it out loud. Procrastination. Wow. Now that does link with what they might have been doing to some of you. Maybe you've been very confused, doubting yourself, doubting your own light, which is there, and your intuition with the cat. It's interesting how Millie, my cat, is here with me. But that's flying back at them because we had this card come out. And they're going to get a fright when that happens. Everything they've sent out. It's number 8, which, is obviously the infinity symbol. It flies back. What they send out goes back. It's a number of power, control, money. This could have been happening in cycles. You might have found that certain times where it intensifies and then it dies down. Because they do this in cycles. This is something else I've found out about. It's not that I dabble in it myself. I've just noted it. Okay, anything else? Rejection, yeah, and that came out in, I'm going to finish with that card. That came out in my last reading. At the end, and it was actually that card, I remember, that sort of spurred me on to do this reading, because I said about the fact that some of you might have felt rejected a lot throughout your life, like you don't fit in. You might have constantly had these obstacles that have made you feel rejected. Maybe you've applied for tons of jobs and just never even got an interview. There's a reason for that. One is, if you're a chosen one, you're destined for greater things. But as I said in that reading, I also feel a lot's happened to try and block us from getting into certain positions because they don't want light workers there. They've instead planted these dark forces, and that's how they've taking control. So healing is needed for the collective, obviously. A lot of healing, especially if you've been through these things. Don't hold on to it, by the way. Make sure you forgive and let it go. Don't hold on to all of these painful things, rather. Rejection. Try to heal. Some of you are healers as well, and that's why you're here. It's a chosen one. To heal others. You have healing hands, you may do Reiki, spiritual healing, holistic healing, you might be a seer. Below that we've got family and tribe. So as I said, for some of you, you might have been hurt by people in your family and you've had to heal. Maybe you still need to heal from that. But it all happened for a reason, to make you stronger. You will find your tribe. In fact, I'd say they're probably here, you know, in this group of you watching. I've noticed it in comments recently. It's really lovely that some of you are commenting, replying to each other, and supporting each other. That's why we're all here. We're all in this journey together. I do try my best to reply to you all. I do read all your comments. I can't reply to everyone. Sorry about that, but I do try my best, as you know. But I do send you all love and light and blessings as well, energetically, and that includes the trolls. So, there we go. Healing also has been happening, I feel, purging. You might have purged recently some things, been through like a dark night of the soul. Things might have come up for you, and that's been to clear the energy collectively so that we may rise, which we are doing. We're moving into this shift in the collective. I'm just linking these two here. So you're a master manifestor and healer. You may already be working as a healer, or you may feel you want to do this, or even in the future you may be part of doing this, healing others as we move into this new world. So I'll leave that there, everyone. Felt like quite a long reading, but I really hope this has helped. That's why I've done it, to give you all some clarity and insight, and it's interesting seeing what's happening in the collective. As I felt, the tables have turned, so keep your vibration high. Have hope, be positive. If any of you would like a private reading, by the way, for more clarity and guidance, the link to my shop is in the description box below. They're still available. We'll be closing in around a month's time or so. I'll let you know when. So if you'd like a reading, now may be the time to reach out. Thank you so much for being here. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe. Let us know your thoughts, what you've been through. For example, we're all in this together. But I feel a lot of you are soul family, so maybe you were in my dream as well. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.